It is an absolute firecracker!
Alright, what is good, people? The Box to Box podcast is back. It's been about 2 months. We didn't really deliver it to you for the entire World Cup. You probably thought ISIS got us. They did not. What's up, America?
Evade.
They got some.
I'm back with the usual crew. What's up, Shane?
Like Han Solo in The Return of the Jedi, we have returned.
He's literally been waiting 2 months to say that. Mike, what's up?
I'll just say we're back stronger than ever, just to continue off what Shane said. So.
Wow, classic. And Brian, what's good? How's that Zlatan book I gave you?
Oh, it's great. It's great. I'm glad to be back. Glad to see the fans.
You see anyone?
That's what I do.
What fans you seeing right now, bro?
So if Brian talks in the third person throughout the pod, we know why.
What's up, B? I get you. All right, so we're gonna start. We're gonna do most of EPL in this podcast. We'll get to some Champions League. We'll get to our dummy runs, which is gonna be just a great part.
Get ready for the dummy runs.
Yeah, dummy runs. All right, but first off, we're gonna start with the EPL, and we're gonna start with everybody's favorite team, aka Shane's, Manchester United. Off to a pretty terrible start under Louis van Gaal. There was some excitement in the preseason about how good people thought they were going to be. It ended up just being the preseason. Doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Shane, just give us your first initial thoughts on Man U's season thus far.
Well, I mean, we do have some silverware already in our cabinet with the Guinness International Cup. Let's not forget about that. But it's been a really
it's been forgotten
bad start.
I didn't even remember that.
There's the 3-5-2 that we started with, and I still think that Louis wants to run that system. He just doesn't have the depth at center back to really run it. I'm really interested to see what we throw out there this week with both Blackett out on a red card, Johnny Evans hurt. That means we're probably going to run Smalling and Rojo at center backs and probably give a start to Luke Shaw. It's been abysmal on the back end. Tyler Blackett's probably been the one bright spot despite his performance against Leicester City. But, we certainly have the attacking mind going forward. I could break into this whole 2-minute angry tirade.
Don't do that, 'cause I want to ask you a question about this, actually.
Okay.
It's actually not about the defense, it's about the offense. Everybody seems to hate Rooney now, and he's not nearly as good as he used to be. And LVG apparently hates Mata, too. And they just got Falcao. So can Falcao and Van Persie play together up front with two strikers? And who's the real number 10 on that team?
Well, the real number 10, easy enough, is Juan Mata. Now, the problem is...
So what does that mean
for some guy who might get sold in January? I don't know.
Well, see,
for
exactly.
Roma,
No, Juan Mata is the number 10. If you're looking at the lineup and you're putting everyone in their best spot, the best player each spot, it's Juan Mata. And that's hands down because Wayne Rooney doesn't have the feet that are quick enough to play the balls into Falcao and Van Persie and Di Maria as they're making their runs. I do think Falcao and Van Persie are good partnership up front. We saw that with Falcao's delivery to Van Persie on the header across. I honestly was taking a lot of my frustrations out on RVP, probably unjustified, back on Sunday. Rooney's been really the problem.
That was a disaster.
Yeah, he let 5 goals to Leicester.
Embarrassing.
All right, let's move on here. Spent a little too much time on the Reds here. We'll move on to cross-city rival, Man City. And I guess we'll do kind of like a Man City-Chelsea kind of hybrid topic here. Obviously, they drew. Lampard looked good. Mike, I'll start with you on this one here. What is this run of good form for Lampard something that they should expect, or is this just kind of like an aberration?
Well, Lampard's played over 400 games for Chelsea. He's a Chelsea hero. He's a professional above everything else. So he's going to go out and give his best effort for whatever team he's playing for. I'm not surprised at all, but it does end in January, so I guess we'll see how far it goes. I mean, Chelsea fans are mad that Lampard scored against him, but what do you expect him to do? He's being paid to play for Man City now.
Yeah, but there was some talk about extending that loan, I guess, but NYCFC was trying to nip that in the bud real quick. But let's talk about Brian. Let's talk about everyone's favorite striker, Diego Costa. I mean, he's just crushing it right now.
Of course, 3 goals a game?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's very surprising. Like, what have you seen so far from him?
I mean, obviously, not many people on this podcast like him, but he's been outstanding.
I do not like him.
He's been outstanding. I can't really sell him short at all. He's got 7 goals. 4 games. He's been unbelievable. A lot of them have been, close goals where
he's just always in the right
pretty
spot.
Close, but he's
always in the right spot. Yeah, there is.
No, I'm not saying there isn't. I'm just saying he's been outstanding. He's been the best player in the EPL probably.
He's been the benefit of Fabregas joining Chelsea.
Yeah, Fabregas has been. I was going to say next. Player. He's been the one delivering everything, guys. And honestly, Hazard is slowly doing it as well. Yeah. And people, I think, are giving the newcomers more credit than.
I mean, that's exactly what Chelsea needs, though. Someone to just sit in the box and just have him pass to him. He's always in the right spot.
Torres wasn't that. No. I mean, obviously, when they had him,
So I mean, I guess we'll agree that those two teams are probably by far the two best teams in the league, and there's really nothing else to say about them. They're going to continue being awesome. Let's move on to two teams that are not awesome. My Everton squad has been terrible. Tim Howard looked pretty awful against Crystal Palace last game.
Liverpool,
they are playing, obviously, in the derby this week. Yep. Liverpool's looked pretty terrible. Sturridge has been out for a bit. Brian, I want to start with you here on Liverpool. What's the deal? What's wrong with them?
The deal is Sturridge at this point. He's so good, and without him, they're just lost. And you can't, obviously Suarez was such a big part of that team, and Balotelli's not going to be Suarez. So they're at the transition where they're trying to figure out what to do around Balotelli, but it's not working, and Sturridge isn't there to help out. They played well together when Sturridge was there, and then he goes down, and they miss him. They played horrible the last couple games. I think they will figure it out, but not top four worthy. Suarez is too much of a loss for this team to come back from it.
It's not even the front at the moment. I know they have a lot of troubles up there, but you have Lovren. They spent so much money on Deji Lovren, and he's not proving to be anything worth it, which really leaves a big hole back there. Skirtle's, solid.
Skirtle's also hurt though,
they're not that strong back there. Gerrard is playing, well from the holding role at times. Against some other competition, he gets kind of taken out of it, depending if someone, puts up and marks on him. So
I think he's almost left out to dry with the other guys around him.
There are other signings, though, like Lallana. Lallana doesn't look like he's up to, the standards.
He's not. I don't think he's match fit yet.
Basically, you have last year's Southampton team and this year's Liverpool team, and it's just not working.
Southampton's sitting second in the table.
Wait for that double.
Yeah, Southampton looks great. They made some great signings from the Eredivisie. With Tadic and Pele, they really look like a good sign. Klein's being proven to be a really good wing back for them as well.
All right, let's move on to the other side of that, to the Blues. I can sit here and tell you what's wrong with Everton, and it's just the fact that they're injured. Ross Barkley's out. They don't have any center backs. But what do you guys see?
Center backs, like you said.
I
just don't think they've been great.
They have great left and right backs.
Yeah, they're just.
But I don't know.
Seamus can't do it all by himself, right, Brian?
He's trying.
The wee baby, he's just too good for everybody.
They have the Scottish Pele and Stevie Naismith, who is actually
the translucent one.
He's playing like a Ballon d'Or winner right now. He's unbelievable.
Listen, Everton played really well against Arsenal, except for the last 10 minutes when they let up the goal.
Exactly, which was a disaster because Mike and I were
Lukaku's been great, but they miss Barkley. Their center backs are obviously, Tim Howard's the best goalkeeper of all time, but he hasn't looked like it.
I'm still taking Everton in this matchup, though. I think Everton wins this, and Liverpool just continues their downfall after losing to West Ham last week.
Yeah, obviously we're talking about the Merseyside derby, so that'll be an interesting one this weekend. And another one we'll look forward to here is Mike's Arsenal. They're going against Tottenham.
Always the
we're going to get picks on these final two games, or the two best games of the weekend, so instead of discussing this game further, Mike, just give us your pick. Obviously, you know you're taking.
I'm going Arsenal. 3-0 win, easy. Tottenham's just not that good of a team. Adebayor is going to show up at the Emirates and get booed every single time he touches the ball. And Arsenal's actually playing pretty well now. Ozil's back. He had a great game against Aston Villa.
One game doesn't mean he's back.
Come on, Mike.
It's all about building confidence.
I saw his tweets. Ozil's back.
Building confidence. It's all about confidence.
It takes one game.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
All right, Brian, give us your pick in this game.
I don't want to agree with Mike, but Arsenal here, Tottenham's just not good enough.
Yeah. Shame.
If I knew Lamella would show up and he would actually be
Has he showed up in the past 2 years?
He showed up maybe
once
that one
game, which means he's back
once in a while. But you can't.
It only takes one game, guys. It only takes one game.
Will probably pick his passes, but at the end of the match,
Do you think he's the best player in the Tottenham squad?
Alexis Sanchez will probably score, and it'll probably be 2-1 to the red side of North London.
I want to take Tottenham, but I just don't. Tottenham never does well against big clubs like this, and I think they're going to get blown out. It's going to be 2 or 3-0. I feel, but. And let's get the pick on the other game, Everton Liverpool. I'm going to take Everton, obviously, but I think it's a toss-up kind of as well. If I was taking my homerism out of it, Shane.
I am seeing an early Everton surge, followed by a Liverpool comeback, 2-2 draw.
2-2, okay. Mike?
I'm going to take Everton. I don't think this game ends in a draw. I think there's too much emotion. Everton takes it.
And Brian?
I'm going to stay at home with this one and go Liverpool. I can't pick against them. I think Balotelli scores.
Yeah. There's a lot of heart picks going on here.
Yeah, a lot of heart picks.
All right, that kind of takes care of our scheduled segments. Now we're going to get into the segment which Mike Dabbs came up with the name of it, and I love it. It is Dummy Run!
It's called the Dummy Run,
Dummy Run!
Going on the Dummy Runs!
Dummy Run!
So, Brian, kick us off. It's basically just 30 seconds on what you want to talk about.
Well, I know we have some topics set to talk about here, one being Zlatan, another being FIFA 15. But I'm going to throw those away, and we're going to talk about FC Porto, 6-0 to start the Champions League. Looking great. Brahimi with the hat-trick. Get ready for this squad. They have a weak group. They're ready for the league, ready for the Champions League.
The greatest home field advantage in FIFA 15 history. Shane, I know you want to talk about FIFA 15. Go ahead.
I am going to talk about the start of my foot season, and it started off so well, let me tell you. 9-2-2 did the Hypebeast SC squad start off, but the pace has returned in FIFA 15, just like every other version. They say, oh no, pace isn't going to matter, but our buddies over at EA have continued to show that the only thing that truly matters in FIFA Ultimate Team is the pace rating of your players.
Yeah. All right, Mike, your dummy run.
My dummy run is going to focus on the lesser teams in the EPL. We have Southampton, Aston Villa, even Leicester City are all playing fantastic. Those are great games to watch. If you don't want to watch the big clubs play, watch the little guys because they're absolutely fantastic to watch. Leicester's out there playing with the most heart I've ever seen of his squad, just going after the big clubs. And Southampton pretty much sold their entire team, and guess what? They're sitting on top of the table right now. So,
well, not on top of the table.
Top four. I'm saying.
Close.
They're not top.
Let's not get false information here.
Okay, well, I'm talking top as in top half. Shane, they're in top half. That top four. I mean, that's top. So.
Oh, that's not what you said.
All right, I'll finish it off with my dummy run. Mine's obviously on Roma. What's up? 5-0 blowout CSKA Moscow. They go to Manchester City on Tuesday for the Champions League. Huge match. I'm not saying they're going to win it. I just think they're better than people think. Their defense is better than they think. Obviously, Daniele De Rossi being out is going to be difficult, but I still think they hang in, and I think they could work out a draw, and I think they actually have a shot at making out of this group. And I think, because obviously I'm going to take Bayern to win the group, I think they can overtake Manchester City in that group.
Man City does not show up in Europe, so
who's your favorite new signing this year, Steve?
On Roma?
Yes.
Iturbe.
Iturbe's awesome.
I was going to say.
And he's fast in FIFA, so that helps a lot too. I know you probably hate that.
I think he's not going to be on my new team.
So that takes care of our first Box to Box podcast back in the EPL season. Like I said, we're going to be doing these every week as long as Shane's schedule allows it. So
we'll try to drop one a week.
Mike and I are just down always.
I am always down for anything.
And I'm working on Mike and Mike, so I don't sleep anymore, so that's cool. Anyway, appreciate you guys. As always, hit us up at the Box to Box Show or the Box to Box Show @gmail.com.
Yeah, we're coming back hard, guys.
That you want us to talk about, we'll get to it next week. Cheers, guys.
All right, thanks.
See you guys.